Congratulations, you landed the job, and now you are a part of the world of school administration. We're happy to have you, and as the students begin to arrive this year and take their seats, they'll be ready to learn, but so will you. And one of the big things you'll learn in your first year as a principal, assistant principal, or another school administrator role is, what's my job? Here's why. There are so many different things that will be presented to you as important, and you'll have to figure out what the most important ones are because you can't do them all. One of the biggest things that you do when you first begin a principalship is figure out the answer to what's my job. And it's not just as simple as these handful of things. It also depends on the context of your school and its history, where you are in the school system, and what the requirements and the goals are for your school system. There are so many different factors that are contextual, and it's one of the great things that makes one school different than another school. So a big part of this discovery you have to do on your own. But here are some of the big pieces that are true that you do as a part of your job as a school leader. You develop climate, and you develop a place where people can feel good, particularly our students. And the more we can connect with our community to do so, the better. You continue that not just from the beginning of the day or the beginning of the year, but all year long by spending time with the students and the teachers out in the hallways. You do appreciation and recognition to make sure that people know what good looks like at your school. You collaborate during PLCs, during other meeting times with your teachers, and you're always trying to push forward the school system and the school's vision and mission, no matter where you might be. You visit classrooms where you observe and you rate and you evaluate teachers. Then you meet with them to help them grow in their work. You also, in the middle of all that, you're a spokesperson for the school. You're a champion for all of your students, whether it be the arts, athletics, or any part of their academics. You help lead programs that help your students reach the values that your school system wants. And because of all this, you're kind of the mayor of the school. You're the Mickey Mouse of this organization. In a good way, you're the one in the middle of the pictures that they come to celebrate. While you are doing all of that work with others, there is still work that has to be done paperwork-wise, and it has to be taken care of, including planning and strategizing to do the work that you need to do, analyzing data to understand what your individual students and groups of students need at your school. This planning time is also important and a big part of your job. And while you're doing that, you'll be in the middle of a great thought, and then it'll be time for lunch duty, which is a wonderful time if you'll let it be, because you get a chance to talk to the kids and find out what they're thinking about school. You get a chance to do that after hours as well, because you go to the events and you support the kids and your coaches and teachers. Sometimes being a school leader can feel a lot like this, but we hope it can feel more like this, where you're collaborating, where you build teams, because that's a big part of your job. It's not for you to demonstrate to everybody that you can do this impossible task all your own. That's not what we're after. It is best done, and a big part of your job is bringing people together. Here's the tip there. If you want to go fast, you go by yourself. If you want to go far, you go with others. It takes longer to build teams and to build trust and to get people to join you in this effort. But the effort's worth it all, because the kids are the ones who benefit from the work that you do, no matter where they are in school, and it gives them an opportunity to achieve at a really high level. It also gives you an opportunity to cure your insomnia, because this is a lot of work and it's going to leave you tired, but it's all right. Now, the biggest thing you've got to do, though, is make sure that you're spending time doing the right things. Everybody works hard, but not everybody works hard on the right things. What are those things? One of the best things that you can do to discover that is to be in a constant flow of thinking about what it is that you should be doing that uniquely no one else in the organization can do. There are things that only can come from the principal. There are things that can only be done by a principal or assistant principal. And you have to figure out, amongst all those things, which are the ones that make the biggest difference in the goals of the school and the areas in which your school is deemed successful. You should journal those things and be thinking about them in terms of now and in the soon after, and then in a more strategic approach. When you can look at it at multiple tiers, what do we do today, next week, next month, next year? But you review it regularly, and regularly, daily, it gives you an opportunity to stay focused on the work that matters the most. One of the best gifts we all get is the next day, because maybe you were great today, maybe you'll be even better tomorrow. But if you have a rough day and you don't really seem to push the ball up the hill very far, don't fret. You get another chance tomorrow. Keep your eyes focused on the moving and positive things that happen at your school, and do that through strategy and keeping your focus on the things that matter the most. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for your work as a school administrator.